Hey friends, Drew here. I'm back in beautiful 𝗂𝘁'𝘀, Pennsylvania. We've been showing videos of this stucco leak issue problem that we've been working on trying to fix all week for this customer, getting it solved. You saw us rip the roof off. You saw us fix all the flashing. You saw some of the extra measures we get in here. Well, today I'm joined by Jeremy. Jeremy is our stucco guy. He does a phenomenal job for us. Anytime we get into what I consider to be a very complex subject of stucco, just because of all the challenges that have happened with it over the last 20 years or so. So we bring Jeremy in whenever we've got one of the situations we need to work with. I've walked you through what we've done from the roofing side, the flashing side, the step flash, the counter flash, all those things. But what I really wanted to give Jeremy an opportunity to do was to share with you and explain what he's seeing, not only from the flashing side, but then through the stucco component that they brought to the table to really bring this back together and give us a complete patch. So Jeremy, I mean, you saw what, I sent you some pictures of what we were doing. Explain how this whole system works together to help keep this watertight.
So basically what it is Drew and his crew had put the counter flashing on, comes back and returns up the wall. And then what we do is when we cut the stucco, we'll break about 1.5 inches to 2 inches of stucco loose to be able to expose the old wire, to peel the old wire up to expose the old weather barrier. And then what we do is we slip new weather barrier up behind the old and down over his counter flashing, so it creates a watertight seal. And then what we do is we'll put our J channel down on his counter flashing, we'll reknit the wire together to the old with the new, and we just patch it in to match. And then as you can see, we painted to match the wall, and I don't know, I can't really tell where it was cut open.
Yeah, we'll get you some good close-up pictures so you can see what's going on. It's not going to show real well in the video here. But one of the things that's really important with stucco, with vinyl siding, with anything, is that moisture barrier, whether in the case of vinyl siding, it's house wrap. In the case of stucco, we use
anything from stucco wrap to 2 layers of Jumbo Tech, Fortifiber 123 system. There's a bunch of different ones out there. They're all real good. They've evolved over the years. So we're always trying to, get ahead of the water.
And so, Jeremy, anytime we go do a full stucco remediation, if you want to go back with stucco, then Jeremy's going to be our guy. If we're taking it down and doing, you guys don't do cement board, right?
Not yet, but we are.
we're getting into cement board.
Yep.
We've already done
vinyl.
Coat Built's already done a couple of cement board jobs where we've taken stucco or vinyl siding down and gone back with a cement board. So that's an option too. But with all of these systems, it really comes down to how it's layered. Now, in the early 2000s, we didn't know quite as much when they were putting stucco on.
Yep.
And so they put houses up without moisture barrier, directly on the OSB.
Yep.
And what happens when rain hits stucco?
It soaks it in. It's a porous system. So it soaks in and then it rots out the wood, and it's not a good thing. So it's really evolved over the last 20 years.
So if you're buying a house, if you're selling a house that was built around the year 2000, it's got stucco on it, they're probably going to require a stucco inspection. They're probably going to drill some holes around underneath the windows in different places where historically we found that that's where the problem areas tend to be. Now, Jeremy, could somebody ask you to come do a stucco inspection for them?
They do all the time. I don't do inspections because I feel it's a conflict of interest for me to inspect your home and then give you a price on it. It's to me, it's not ethical. So I refer out to stucco inspectors that I feel are that I'm confident in. And then if you choose me to look over your report, you can send me the report or send it to Drew, and we'll get this going, and we'll get your house fixed.
Yeah, and I know a lot of the real estate agents in the area have their favorite stucco inspector company that they're going to use. So trust the experts, talk to the people who've been doing this a long time. Let's get you the right information, and then we can give you a price. And whether you want to go back with stucco or, are you finding a lot of people are scared to put stucco back up?
Yes,
yeah, we are too.
There are some HOAs, though, that do require you to go back with stucco. So that it does happen. It's just few and far between.
Now, one of the other questions we get asked a lot is someone wants me to come and do a patch, take out this small area and repair that. And I've had this conversation before. There's a reason why we don't want to just do a patch in one area. Can you explain what that is?
Yeah, so a patch can be, I look at it as putting a Band-Aid on the wall. So like if you have something wrong, you can put a Band-Aid on the wall, but you're always going to see that Band-Aid. And you always run the risk of a leak forming somewhere else and it affecting your patch. Even though you fix the problem at your patch, it could be coming from somewhere else, because water is one of those deviant things that it could enter at the peak and you're finding the leak down in the bottom corner.
Yeah. So just from trying to figure that out, not being able to see the whole picture, and then also just the liability side, if we fix that patch, there's a possibility that your insurance company or somebody down the road could try to say that we own the whole wall. And that's just not something that we're able to accept. So if we're going to do it, typically we're going corner to corner.
Top to bottom.
Top to bottom, and we want to make sure that everything that we have put our hands to, that we can promise you and guarantee you that it was done right, and not that it was done right, it was Cope-built. So, Jeremy, anything else that we need to talk about to share with people as we're looking at, stucco repairs? This really, we thought it was a stucco issue and turned out to be a counterflash issue. Tell me what you guys found when they ripped it apart.
So when we cut the stucco open, we found that there was reverse lapped step flashing, which means instead of starting at the bottom, they went so far and then they reverse lapped it, so it was lapped the wrong way so water could get in. And then behind the stucco, there was another layer of step flashing where we think they were nailing the step flashing as they went, and the vibration from the nail gun, the step flashing slipped down, and there was actually a gap where there was no step flashing.
So when I came out to water test this to try to find the problem, I was spraying the wall, and I sprayed the wall for 20 minutes and we got no water. And then I started spraying down around where the step flash and the counter flash was, and I didn't really pull it too far apart, but as I worked from the bottom, strategically up the wall, systematically trying to find the leak, when there's some point, when we reached a point about 4 feet from the top, when all of a sudden the homeowner starts screaming from inside, stop, 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 we got water coming in. And that's right about where Jeremy found the reverse lap on that. So we've taken everything apart. We found a couple other things. I found some holes in the corners of step flashing where somebody jammed it with a crowbar or something. We found some other things we didn't like. So I'm glad that we took this completely apart, top to bottom. That's what the homeowner asked for. They said, we want you to make sure this is never going to leak again. And so top to bottom, we took everything apart. We thought we were going to be able to save the roof. Sadly, we weren't. So we took off the roof, put new shingles back on with new step flash correctly. We've walked you through the ice and water shield, the new piece of 2x4 we put up to give us something to step flash to give Jeremy a nice surface to bring the stucco down on top of. And all those together,
it's sealed tight now.
It's not just done, it's Cope-built. So if we can help you guys solve a problem, we are Pennsylvania Home Improvement Contractor number 88078. Our office staff is available weekdays, 9:30 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon. To serve you, we can be reached at 484-748-0008. Choose option 2 for Cope Construction and Renovation, and extension 2 for new projects. If you'd like to take some pictures of the problem that you're having that you'd like us to solve for you, you can send those to us here on our Facebook page. Click that Message Us button up on the cover photo, or send us an email at office@copebuilt.com, and we will be happy to begin the process of working with you to figure out what it's going to take for us to solve your problem. This is Drew and Jeremy in beautiful 𝗓𝘁'𝘀, Pennsylvania. Remember, when we're done with it, you're going to be proud to say it's not just done, it's Cope-built. We'll catch you guys in another video. Bye for now.